Hello, welcome back to Goldborn. Last time we, don't remember what we were doing. I think we were making food again. Food and rings and other things. It looks like I accidentally butchered another one of my dogs. God damn it. Search. Dog. What? Assign animal. Search. Dog. Grab the one on the bottom of the list. Apparently I butchered another dog I wasn't supposed to. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so we need to make the steel again. So... steel... okay, what else do we need to do? Huh. I don't know. You're still cutting stuff, you're making bone rings. Alright, figurines are still being melted, I think. Thought I told him to do that, but apparently I didn't. So I guess we'll get to doing that. Needs melt designated... what? Needs melt designated item. We have melt designated items. What are you talking about? All of these are designated to be melted, and they're not in... what? What? Excuse me? Why are these not melting? Can I not melt them? They're in here. They're designated to be melted. Why can I not melt them? Oh, you know what? It's because they can't find them. Oh, it's because they're in the bins, and because they're in bins. It's because they're in the bins, and because they're in the bins, whenever one bin is being used, they're like, oh, alright, so I actually need to go melt metal objects forever. Basically, I just need to tell them to do it forever. So whenever the bins are open, they'll melt them, essentially. Okay, so they're doing that. That was why I took all the swords out of the, that was why I took all the swords out of the bins. Yeah, that was why I did that. Yeah, now I remember. Now I remember. Whoops. Okay, one more crystal glass to cut. More gypsum to cut. Ooh, star rubies. Those are nice. Never heard of Goshenite, but apparently it's a thing. Alright, so they're gonna cut those. So they're gonna go and do that. Still making rings? He is. Alright, so while they're doing that... what was that? Okay, more pigs. That's fine. Where did we get all these animals? Where did these animals come from? Oh, I have a porcupine in there. That's a little weird. I need to know what this is. Doe hair, porcupine, and 3 buzzards. Alright, well, just gonna butcher those. Okay. No, whatever. Okay, so they're still doing that. Are you still making cloth? You are. I guess that's not a problem, but... Yeah, you need metal objects, I know. What are we doing on barrels? We got plenty of barrels, so we're doing alright on that. Alright, let's butcher the buzzards, and doe hair. I think that's it. Okay, so it's all gonna be butchered, that's fine. Okay. Oh, we can buy another book. Yay, books. Still making rings. Just doing that. I should probably also tell them to make totems. Now they've butchered all these buzzards and stuff. You need to tell them to do something else. You need to tell them to do something other. You need to like figure out a project to do next. Aside from, we need to make a military is what we need. Definitely need to make a military. It's something we need to do like as soon as possible. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we're out of totems again, that's fine. Yeah, I know. You need melt objects. I know. Oh, we're out of bones. Okay. So, we're now out of bones. At least temporarily. Is that forbidden? Why is that forbidden? That should not be forbidden. Okay, it's no longer... Why is this forbidden? Since we can bind book. So I'm not sure why it wouldn't let us do that. The moving world in the time of my ancestors. Theory that the world moves around the sun. Good to see our dwarves are coming up with the heliocentric theory. Alright, stocks. Rings. Dump all the useless ones. God, we have so many rings. So many masterful bone rings. Probably make something things that aren't bone rings, but... Oh yeah, we also need to make totems. And dump our useless totems, and... all the figurines are still designed to be melted, so that's fine. That's all good. Alright. Let's probably tell the door. Should probably be quicker now for them to do the melting stuff. They don't have stuff being put in there. The mayor's binding books, so I guess it's good that the mayor's actually doing things. So now my dwarves are sitting in there reading. Wish there was an easy way to figure out how many books I actually had. I wonder if I can check that. I guess it would have to be under tools? And book binding. No, it's not where it is. What would they be under? Codices, maybe? A lot of codexes, but can't really actually see what they are, so and actually look at them. So I don't know if there's an easy way to tell what our books are. Animal remedies, we already know that. Brimstone bound codex. Pursuit of animal remedies. Okay. Another codex. Another thing on animal remedies. So they've just been recopying a book on animal remedies over and over again. We have like 12 copies of this fucking book. Yeah. Okay, so looks like you actually need more choirs. Actually, no, it looks like it. Instruction animals in the climate. What? Okay. Guess we need more choirs. Make choir. It's 30? And then... I actually don't remember what we need to make choirs. To the wiki. Choir. I know what a choir is. You got a Dwarf Fortress. Choir. Codices were a two-step process to be made. Choirs could be written on. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we don't want to generate wealth. I just don't want to know what. I just want to know what. How you make choirs specifically. Combat. Why is there a? Why is the books? Why is there a section on book for choirs? Okay. This is not what I'm looking for. I just want to know production, paper industry, choirs. Here we are. All right, so sheet of paper. We crafted into one choir, dwarves using the bookbinding labor. The choirs been filled with text and crafted into a codex. Scrolls cannot be made into codexes. So is there a reason to use... Was there an advantage to having scrolls over choirs? I don't... I'm confused. Scroll. Written on store right after being made. So codexes require... I'm confused. So choirs and codexes are actually worse for making wealth, but I don't care about that, but I'm not sure why... Okay, I don't really understand why this is so complicated. Like, I don't understand, on one hand, why it's so complicated, on B, why it's so backwards. I feel like this should be made simpler. Like, I feel like this should not be as complicated as it is to do something so simple. Maybe it's just me who thinks that? I don't know. I might just be like the only sane person on the planet who's like, this is really complicated for no apparent reason, which I guess is how Dwarf Fortress rolls, but it just seems to me like you could just cut the step out. You could just cut a thing out and only, like, do one thing at a time, because why have scrolls if they don't really do anything functionally from books? Why have both? And have two separate processes for things when it doesn't make any sense to do that. So, I don't know. I'm not sure why this is a thing. I'm not sure why this is a thing. A Dwarf Fortress story. Where were we going with this? Oh yeah, food. So we're at 8,200 food. Still making food. Good, masterwork food worth 4,100. We could just export finished nerd food and we would be golden for like ever. We have so much wealth in other objects, which basically just means food. Like, food's I think the main draw of all of our objects. Of all of our, yeah, they still can't find anything else to melt. But they're not actually making anything else, are they? Are they making anything else? Crafts dwarfs are, but the smiths aren't, so... Let's, Iron swords. Here, make 50 iron swords. Get us some masterwork. More masterwork swords, even though we already have enough masterwork swords. But it's not like we're going to be able to export Warhammers, considering our current mayor has a love affair with them. Oh, we also need to clean up cages, don't we? Which is God, I hate. Alright. Move all the items in the cages. I think should work. Probably. So that should hopefully work. What does it say? Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Alright, they're making stuff. You guys are smelting stuff. That's good. Still making steel bars. There's a way to figure out if we need. See, easy way to figure out they're done. I mean, they're not going to be done. They're not going to be done as soon as we tell them to smelt more. Smelt more terrible swords. So, should probably also tell them to make picks, even though we really don't need any picks. But probably tell them to make some iron picks anyway. Because I haven't made picks in like the entire time we've been mining, so I don't want to run out of picks. I mean, we're not in a situation where we're not in a bad situation right now, but so alright, we basically cut everything, so that's good. Alright, they're still making that stuff, so I don't want to give them more jobs. Need to let dwarves be dwarves for a bit and keep making things. So we did run out of metal objects to melt, so that's fine, but okay, acquire, make some book bindings. What are these? Pink tourmalines, okay. How much steel do we have left to make? 10, or no, 18. I read that wrong. Guess I should could dig out some more. Here, dig all that out. Okay. Okay. Still making cloth for some reason. We are at 8,300 food. We're still making. How much food do we have left? Oh, actually not. We actually don't have a lot of food left. So we're almost finally done. We're almost finally done making food. Almost. Almost. Alright, so we're actually done cutting gems for now. Huh. Oh good, we're finally running out of steel. That's good. So, almost done making short swords too, so now that they're done that, make rock mugs. No, don't make them out of marble. We need marble for other things. Need marble for steel production. Then we can smelt down all these extra. Actually, I haven't actually checked what the value of a masterwork steel sword is, aside from being very good at cutting things. Oh, it's worth 1680 apparently. So. Yeah, so apparently they're not actually that inexpensive, so at some point when we get all our masterwork swords to be exported, we can start sending them out to other places. Alright, only 2 steel bars left. Almost done with that. Alright, I'm gonna cut this episode here, because we're at like a good spot, where now we just finished making steel, we should have 800 steel bars, which is plenty, and we can start making our steel swords. So that's probably gonna be our next thing, is to make steel swords. Yeah. So making steel swords is probably our next thing to do. So I'm gonna do that next time. So yeah, see y'all later.